I'm going to give you the truth. What some of the things that I solved more very recently that were the key to. They listed me as schizophrenic in '77. That was Corbett Thigpen who wrote Three Faces of Eve with Mr. Cleckley. They want to give me shock treatments. My mom and dad had saw one flew over cuckoo's nest. No, you're going to treat him with drugs. So they hand me over to another doctor, Dr. Jared Chambers. But anyway, here's what I solved. And, you know, I'm smart, so I'll just tell you what I found. When I was 10 years old, I was outside. We had some neighbors across the street. Terry was a good friend of us. We were well, from 6 years old, I guess, 7. And when I was 10 years old, her brother, and we never hung out, but her brother asked me, he says, I think he said, "You want to jerk off?" And I said, "What's that?" And so he showed me. And I tried it, I said, "Don't do anything for me." So we were in the woods right beside his house. It was just scrub oaks. And he said, "Let's go in the backyard." Your backyard. So we went back there. I mean, we played football, all kinds of stuff. And went back to the pine trees. There were 3 pine trees in the back. And he pulled my pants down. And he said, "Turn around." I said, "What you gonna do?" And then he said, "Don't fight or I'll beat the snot out of you," or something like that. I don't know if he said snot. But he threatened me with severe bodily harm. So I put my hands around the tree, and he took his pants down, and once he tried to start, I started resisting and squirming and all that, and Miss Carter saw out the back window, but she didn't do anything. And I said, "Wow." And then it was a little while later, I was still resisting, and Mom and Dad had come home, and I saw them looking out the back window of the house, one of them. And Dad came running out there, and he said, "I'm going to kill you, you son of a bitch." And so he chased him around and chased him back to his house across the street. And he told his dad, he said, if he's not, he was 16, said, "If he's not out of here in 6 months, I'm putting him in jail." And Dad knew everybody. So sure enough, he moved. I don't know where he went, relatives, whatever. It was either that or his dad sell his house. Dad, you didn't fuck with Dad. And so a few days later, well, Mom and Dad told me, kids don't do that stuff. And but they didn't say anything. And it was a little while later they gave me sex education books. Oh, a couple of them, I don't remember. So I read them, and then no, wait a minute. No, Granny came over. That's what it was, and I was in my bedroom. And she told my mom, she says, "Mickey, boys like that have happened to them, they turn into one." And I'm like, I'm 10 years old, so turn into what? I don't know. But I was concerned. My grandmother was a pretty wise woman. And I got company. But anyway, that started causing anxiety, and they gave me the sex education books, and I found out what one was. But I didn't know. And then we were at Regency Heights at 11 years old, and there were 2 guys walking together. First time I ever seen that in Atlanta. And so it created an anxiety that started growing. Just a minute! Created an anxiety that started growing, and that was my thing. Was I going to turn into one? And then there were other events that happened, and it manifested itself at age 22 as, just hold on, I'll be there in just a second. Very important, very important. Um, it manifested itself as, I'm thinking, well, my dad was a CPA, and I had a fear of numbers, 666. Well, 666 represented Dad. If I turned into one and Dad wanted to kill Greg, then he wanted to kill me. And matter of fact, from, I don't know, age 17 to 25, Dad would get drunk, and I'd push his buttons. He'd chase me out of the house with a shotgun. One day, he was between the door and me getting out of the door. He was in between. He had a butcher knife, and I talked him out of it. I told him what life would be in prison, all his rich friends. They're not going to have anything to do with him. I told him about a friend from Harvard. I said, you know what happened to him? And you lose all your friends. Your family, going to be shot to heck. That's the gist of it. There's a lot more. There were 25 other things. I hit my dad over the head with a baby bottle when I was 1 year old. He came back from the Korean War. That's a story, but there were some things tied to that too. So that's about solving those deep emotional wounds. But I'll continue later. Take care.